Are y'all ready for the main event of the team battle? Wow. I'm going to take this. Y'all aren't loud enough. I know y'all just got some good food over there, but can I get some noise? Are y'all ready for the main event of the team battle? The Battle of Pittsburgh. We have your home team, the hosts of the tournament. They like their Pittsburgh on the hilly side. They drink Yingling, say yins. They like to put fries on every darn thing. Make sure you give it up. Make some noise for your home team. Team Pittsburgh, consisting of Bogo, Sirius, LFK, Lilac, and so many V's that when you put them together, just make W's. Give it up for Team Pittsburgh! All right, Team Pittsburgh, go ahead and take the stage. Go ahead. Show some love to the camera as you go. Hey. As we get some bop, we get some good bops, get some good bop action. All right. The visiting team from the other side of the state. Some people will say they're not really Pittsburgh. Y'all are just New York and New Jersey light.
You mean
Pennsylvania. They're not Pittsburgh. You're correct. They're not Pennsylvania. They're just New York light. I don't know. I happen to think that Wawa is a much better gas station in general than Sheetz.
Some harsh words being spoken.
Notice how I didn't say their food slaps more, though. I just think Wawa is a very pleasant gas station. That's all. It's just really nice. Philly, the home of that great Wawa on 50th and Locust, the home of the Water Ice. The Water Ice, and you better say it just like that. The home of democracy, as some people would say. Give it up for your visiting team, Team Philadelphia, consisting of Duncan, Kitsunny, dashark, Doof, and the captain, Miligram. Everyone give it up for Team Philly!
Sheetz versus Wawa, Yins versus John.
Fries on everything versus the Philly cheesesteak.
There we go.
I mean, I am very biased towards a good Philly.
See, I like the fries on everything.
There's the split in commentary. There it is. Like I don't like fries on everything. It's like, especially like the Pittsburgh fries. They're not just like your typical crispy fries. They're like the soft, limp.
Well, they become soft once you put them on something. They're not going to stay that crisp, crunchy fry once you throw it on top of a whatever it's on, a salad.
Chat, weigh in. Arbitrary discussion. Do you like your fries crispy or a little bit on the limp side? I tend to be team crispy. I like some real good crispy fries. But speaking of crisp, we are continuing the trend of starting off with 16.
Here we go.
0 warm-up. Helios expert. Then we're going to go into Ironheart expert, and then Cyber Connect right after.
Yeah, we keep starting with the hardest stuff, too. All right, Chad, let's hear you hype up your favorite team member here. Get this started with Helios. This was actually a 15 at one point.
Yeah. I keep on forgetting that this got re-rated.
I know. There was a lot of re-rates in the Ace 2-0 era.
All right, dashark versus LFK. We saw dashark early on represent Team Zoomer. Coming back to represent Team... Let's see, am I reading this correct? Team... Wait. Team Philly. All right, both of them right now within 2 points of each other. Make sure you show some love to your fave in the chat. And both of them showing why this is the main event. Still keeping it within a few points of each other.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be... Oh, as soon as you said it, of course, dashark picked up a miss.
Commentator's curse. So now LFK is actually ahead by a solid 10 points.
All right, so dashark here says he's just a chill guy from New Jersey who likes sharks. Who would have imagined?
Quite on the nose. LFK coming all the way from Pittsburgh, part of the home team.
All the way from Pittsburgh. LFK says they have 2 very cute cats named Waffles and looks like a Cloud. Kind of cut off the ending there, so I'm not sure if there's more beyond Cloud.
Cat gang, cat gang.
All right, they're keeping this very close.
10 points still, and LFK picking up their first miss. So now it is a 5-point difference. And now we are tied. All right, eyes open, chat.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. LFK is going to take that. dashark had a very clean run on that ending stream run. I thought he was going to catch up, but LFK kept that. Oof.
55-6, 3 misses from LFK, 69, nice, 7
nice.
and 2 misses.
dashark with the better money score there than LFK, but LFK had the better MA, so he's going to take the win on that.
All right, shout out to LFK, getting 1 on the board so far. We're going to go to Ironheart up next. Yeah, no, LFK, you know, once they picked up those misses, that score kind of closed up a little bit, and you could see them just kind of like go, oh crap, and lock in real quick. Because dashark was definitely stealing that.
Oh, yes. Spug is calling out the vintage Konami jersey that dashark is wearing, which
I mean, it's
that's so sweet.
Clean.
I love that.
My God, it's the first thing I saw. Like there were 2, coincidentally, both of them green. I saw the John shirts, in which I want one of those, and then that Konami jersey. It's so clean. Mans is drip maxing.
Hell yeah.
All right, both of them within 10 points of each other. Actually, literally 9 perfects. Both of them have a PFC, so this is going to come down to the MA potential of both players.
Oh, definitely.
With that song.
This song is a little on the later side, but it doesn't seem like either of them had too much difficulty finding the sync, considering their PFC scores they have on it.
All right, here we go. Second one. LFK, if they take this, they will secure the first win for Team Pittsburgh. LFK up by 8 at that first freeze.
So both these songs, I believe, are from Ace 2-0, Helios and Ironheart.
And LFK picking up their first crate. About 168 in.
But they are just neck and neck. Just a couple EX between the 2 of them. dashark went away a little bit, but...
Yeah, even with that early grade, dashark's MA has just been a little bit more on point, but they're scraping ahead by individual points.
Oh, they were tied for a moment there.
I mean, but we
they still are tied.
Yeah, we said this at the beginning. Like, their scores are in that same skill bracket, so this isn't surprising, especially on a song like Ironheart, which it doesn't offer too much room at all.
And nothing too tricky in here, too, so it's just going to come down to who makes mistakes and who can stay with the timing on this thing.
Here we go, chat. Here's the result.
Oh!
LFK!
LFK is going to take a second song win, 3 EX between the 2 of them.
The pop-off!
That was incredibly close.
Came down to literally the last run. 32-2, 37-1.
Wow.
As we clap it up, the home team gets 1 on the board,
That was a heck of a match.
Ooh, I got goosebumps. And it's not because the door is wide open and it's like 60 degrees outside. Purely emotional goosebumps, y'all. Love to see it. Shout out to both players for putting up a good performance.
That was a hell of a match. I'm excited for this whole. I feel like this entire matchup between these two teams is going to be as close as we just saw.
I mean, the reputation and pride of the state is on the line right now.
This is true. But we are getting ready for our next match here. Guess what, chat? We are starting with another hard song.
We have Miligram versus bogo. So, we have new Decade.
Expert.
The original card draw was Paparazzi, which got overridden to Chaos.
Oh, man. Which are we doing expert or challenge?
We are doing a challenge, baby. We're doing this Chaos 16. You know what it is. And then we are going to finish that off with Rampage Hero.
I feel like everything keeps going in this format. You have your really hard songs up front to just like get everybody moving. And then the last song seems to be like the easy song. I mean, Rampage Hero, it's a 16. It's not easy, but considering what came up in this match, that's the easiest song.
They rejected I'm So Happy Challenge and Star Mine.
Okay, so those would have been the easier songs, which they decided not to play. Because they woke up today and they decided to choose Chaos Challenge, which we will get to next.
They literally woke up and chose Chaos.
Yes. Okay, so new Decade expert. There's a lot going on in this song.
It's like, what do you say about this song that the song doesn't already say for you?
So this is the first new song, the first Soda new theme song. It's mostly 400 BPM, lots of speed changes. The ending is going to be real tricky. It's got some real tricky rhythms going on once we get there. But the rest of the chart's no cakewalk either.
Miligram right now with a little bit of a lead, both of them sitting on a full combo. Miligram picking up their first grade at about 105. So now the lead's just kind of bouncing back and forth as they kind of settled in. Miligram just picked up the first miss, unfortunately. But we still have so much song to go. This song is very dense.
It is. It's not that long. It's only about a minute and a half long. So that's maybe one saving grace. You don't have to play it for that long. Bobo got a pretty good lead, but there's a lot of trickiness coming up.
All right, we're about to go back into the speed up, into the step jumps. That step jump right out the freeze is brutal.
It is.
It starts off on the double right there. Yeah, Milgram's going to go ahead and tap out, let Bogo get the double.
Yeah, that's a rough song to start with. 400 BPM 17 right off the bat, so like that.
Yeah, I
don't care who you are, that's hard to start with.
Like, and it's not just any 17. It's this song, which is kind of it's a stamina drain of the 17. You know, Chaos 16 is not much of it's not as say as a stamina draining tart as much as it's one of the ultimate knowledge.
Oh, absolutely. It is, I would argue, the most knowledge check song in the game. That maybe between that and Pluto. Those are like the two songs where if you know them and you're good at them, those are great songs to have in your back pocket.
And unfortunately, it's the one that goes beat bop, bop. Man, why'd you make me think of that SpongeBob sounding song? Mr. Krabs sounding.
Ooh, all right. So if we look here at the scores, Miligram has a 40 perfect PFC on this chart.
So this was Milligram's overall.
I would have to say so.
So, you know, a little bit of the strategy was really paying off for Miligram to tap out early on and go like, all right, I need to get in the mind space to like really focus on Chaos.
Which I love looking at the groove radar for certain songs like Chaos.
Take Chaos and just yeet it to the right, and there you go.
I mean, rip groove radar. We don't have groove radars anymore.
All right, they dap it up. Here we go, chat. Let's see if Miligram can get one on the board and take it to Rampage Hero.
All right, Chaos being one of the first songs that was deliberately written to be complex and difficult from a gimmick perspective.
Saw this in Supernova, originally accessible by Encore extra stage.
Oh, that was such a brutal decision by Konami.
Yeah.
Imagine, Chad, if you will, if you weren't alive or you weren't playing DDR during this era, trying to read this on extra stage.
Where you get one miss and then you fail. But Chaos Challenge, on top of you having to learn the Chaos stops, is a wildly different chart pattern than it is from the Expert.
Absolutely.
So what you said earlier on is totally accurate, that it's one of the ultimate knowledge checks in the game.
Yes. And Miligram showing that they are very comfortable with this.
Yeah, Miligram up by about a little over 40 points right now for bogo. Yeah, bogo picking up that miss right there.
Miligram shares that he has 8 perfects on bag CSP, and that bag CSP is also one of his favorite charts that he likes that no one else likes. So he seems to be really dialed into these tricky older songs that not a lot of people like to play.
Definitely has a niche, and it is paying off.
It absolutely is. All right. Good showing from both of them, but Milligram's going to take it. Good pick on his part.
37, 6, 2, and 2 misses. 44, 12, 2 goods, and 6 misses from bogo. So we are 1-1. Let's see what this next one is going to go to. We're going to go to Rampage Hero. If Miligram wins this, Philly gets one on the board. bogo takes this. We are in a 2-0 situation. A very comfortable situation for Team Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Looking like both of them have a PFC on this. Bogo has a 28 perfect PFC, and Miligram with a 49 perfect PFC. So Bogo's in favored to win, but as we saw, anything can happen in these matches.
Definitely.
Bogo is saying he's coming back from a year-long hiatus from tournaments as well, so we'll see if that has had any effect on him.
Yeah, come to think of it, I haven't seen bogo around since probably around Upmid time, and that was like right when bogo was really popping off. Ended up surprising himself and taking top 16 at Modal 4.
Oh, yeah, that was a lot of fun to watch.
I remember him getting to that phase, getting to, I think it was top 12 actually, by PFCing Elemental Creation out of nowhere.
That was so insane to watch.
It was insane.
Ooh, all right, they're going to fist bump it out and take it to the tiebreaker.
All right, here we go, chat. Send your spirit energy if you want the home team to take that up on the leader. If you want Team Philly to take it to the Johns, let's go.
Okay, Rampage Hero is pretty straightforward 16, so it's going to really come down to who can dial into their MA and not make any mistakes, especially as we get to that 12th note section in the very ending part of the song.
All right, we're tied at that last freeze.
I'm actually not sure where No Barben, where bogo placed in Moto 4, but he was top 4 for sure. That was a whole 2 years ago. You're asking me to remember a lot. Really close. Miligram with a very slight lead, but a little over halfway through the song. Very clean stops from both of them. Miligram picking up their first grade there, but still with a very slight lead over bogo. Let's see how they do with this 12th note section.
We're still within 1 point of each other.
Oh, bogo's going to take that win. He picked up that lead in the ending 12th note run. He just had such a clean run in that section that's going to give him a 29 perfect PFC and take the win over Miligram.
29 flat is crazy.
That was insane.
Bogo is surprised with his own performance.
That all came down to the ending.
It did. Like, it was back and forth. Miligram was super locked in. Nailed those. And what's funny is Miligram was double stepping those crossovers.
I saw. And Bogo did all those crossovers, and it looks like it paid off because he really nailed that ending.
We're very, very vocal, very celebratory for like every pop off, every score.
Yeah. I love seeing everybody hype everybody up regardless of your skill level. You're going to have people rooting for you, wanting you to do your best, and it's just so good to see that. The community, the camaraderie is just really fantastic.
So, community chat, give yourself a pat on the back. Because
Absolutely.
you're contributing to that. You're part of that camaraderie. But we're about to get to this next set.
Oh, man. Who we got?
Yeah, you see this?
Oh, no. We
Yeah.
are yet again starting with some more 16s and up.
Challenge. Then we have 9 expert. And then in between expert.
Again, starting with the hardest stuff and ending with the easiest.
So we have Kitsunny and Sirius, your TO, representing Team Pittsburgh. Kitsunny coming all the way from Philly. Love to see them here. Wearing that John shirt.
Oh, hold on. Did we have a substitution?
Oh, we got an override to If.
We are not doing da-da-da-da. We are doing if.
I'm kind of okay with that. This song is incredible.
I love this song.
It's also way tougher for a 15 than I would have ever expected.
Honestly, I don't think it's too bad, but this is definitely a more reasonable warm-up song than da-da-da-da. That's for sure.
This song coming from Musica, Rip Musica, shout out to all the Musica gang out there, myself included.
Yeah, this song actually recently got a challenge chart. I believe it was in one of the newer Grand Prix packs you had to purchase to get it. So it has a 17 challenge somewhere.
I have yet to play that. So
Same here.
good reminder.
But this chart's not too bad. Some people say it's a little ambiguous in that it doesn't really tell you which way to turn for certain parts. But imagine both these players are pretty familiar with it, so they shouldn't struggle too bad with knowing that knowledge that is necessary for the chart.
Yeah, Kitsunny picking up a miss and a good back-to-back pretty early on. Sirius, unfortunately, does pick up a great right there, but is still maintaining the lead by about 8 points at this point.
Yeah, still pretty close between the two of them.
But you do make a good point about this song is that one of the things that does kind of make it a little bit more of a challenging 15 is the fact that you can't really get comfortable. You kind of have to be very aware as to the different nuances as to how some of these rhythms, like this one's going to make you turn.
Yes. Ooh, they are pretty much tied here.
4 points.
Oh my god, chat, this is going to come down to the very end.
Let's go! 1 point!
Wow!
Kitsunny with the 1 point difference!
Wow!
30.
That was a hell of a
30
first
perfects,
song.
1 great, 2 goods, 2 misses. 37-4 for Sirius. Gee, this is the level of competition.
Right? This is a spicy match.
I mean, let's be real. Philly needs this. They need the win because they're down 2-up. They cannot afford to oh my God, this is what I came here for.
This is so hype.
This is it. Yeah, it's time now.
Weekend hype at 1:44 in the afternoon.
All right, so first of the day, probably not the last.
See like all the things. It's cut off.
We're going to see I think we're going to see some hot slap tech going on. For those of you who don't know what I mean, there is a practice that's starting to kind of fall a little bit out of favor with World, with some of the changes of World, where with songs with slower BPMs and very drastic BPM changes like this, they'll play with the sudden plus screen, the sudden plus mod on.
Oh,
It
yes.
has the little curtain, so you could say, right above it. So you'll
There
see
it is.
Sirius doing it right there. And right at the part where the BPM change is a freeze and a stop. So that's usually a point in which you'll see the player lean over and push the select button, which deselects the curtain over. So we like to call that the sudden plus slap. there tends to be a lot of songs that are at the upper end of the difficulty that have this type of behavior going on.
Oh, yeah.
Kitsunny is playing, as I like to call, vanilla. So playing it as it is with a little bit of a faster BPM, so to accommodate for the speed change and stretch out the notes on the earlier section. This part is slower than the rest of the song.
And also with the Sun Plus Slap, something that comes into play if you are traveling for a tournament and not playing on your home machine, some pads might be a different distance away from the machine than you're used to. So in order to reach over and get to that button in time, you need to know how far you need to reach, because sometimes you don't have a lot of time to toggle on and off Sun Plus.
Yeah, that's right. And Kitsunny looking real good right now, with about almost 100-point lead right now.
Oh yeah, she's doing real clean right now. Looks like up on her PB too.
All right, and Sirius nailing that sudden plus slap, coming out of it with the PB, with the PFC, and picking up a miss right there. Both of them nailing the stops, and Kitsunny picks up a miss on that last stop right there.
Yeah, still doing plus 12 on her PB, so I mean, they're both up in their PB, it looks like.
And Kitsunny is locked in. And Kitsunny getting the W for Team Philly. Philly getting on the board, y'all.
Team John with the match win on that one.
Kitsunny getting that W on that John.
I mean, they got the W in the word.
Let's
Yin's
go.
don't got no W in it.
Absolutely great performance by Kitsunny. Shout out to Sirius. Really, really throwing this all on that pad.
Yeah, big shout out to Sirius. They're running this event. They are, I know what it's like to be running a tournament and also entered in a tournament. There's a lot going on. You're not in the headspace to be performing because there's so much else that you are handling and trying to take care of. So
we have Lilac versus Doof.
Ooh, got some rematch or some redo songs. We've seen a couple of these so far today.
So we're going to do Super Samurai. We're going to come back to that. We're going to do tokyoEVOLVED 2, and then Nostalgia is Lost.
Okay. You don't see that song talked about or played too much these days. You might say that people don't have nostalgia for Nostalgia is Lost.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of when was the last time I actually played it. It's been a while.
Yeah, so we'll see how, if it does go to a third song, how these players remember it, if they remember it. But the trickier two songs are definitely the first two, Super Samurai and tokyoEVOLVED Type 2. Yep. So, again, warming up with the 15. First song of the day for these two players.
All right, and player-wise, we have Doof, who I like to put in the category from Philly, of course, from that area, of Road Warriors. Doof is one of those players that you will see at every DDR tournament, whether it's in Orlando for Florida, it's Texas, California. You will see them at every tournament, just about.
Yeah.
Just kind of hanging out.
So also, this is not reflected on Doof's scores because we are playing an H2O Plus, but I know for a fact Doof just recently PFC'd this song.
Ooh, so fresh.
So that might work in their favor, but Lilac had, I believe, a 997 or 998, so this could go either way. Doof says that they also play Pump It Up on the side, so they are playing all kinds of rhythm games.
Pump is also their main game. You'll also see Doof playing in Pump tournaments very regularly, and I think he's also starting to do Step Maniacs ones as well. I think I've seen him I saw him in the bracket at CDO.
Okay, so I mean that's some great cross training if you can play multiple dance games.
And Lilac is a player from the Pittsburgh area, sibling of Pat Ball, in which I would like to note that Lilac and V are two players that actually have been playing for under 5 years.
Really?
They started during the pandemic and have just gotten incredible.
Wow.
during that time.
Yeah, that's a very short amount of time to have gotten as good as they both are. But I did misspeak. I just realized Lilac is playing on Sandblow's card, so that score I saw was not accurate. So I'm not sure what kind of score Lilac normally has on this chart. But they are pulling off a lead over Doof right now, so that's pretty good score on their end so far.
Both of them locked in. Lilac does have the lead right now and is going to end up taking it.
All right.
15-17, Doof 14-50. And Lilac very blown away by their score. So I'm going to presume that this is a PB for them.
I would have to presume that as well, yeah. And like I said, I know Doof just recently PFC'd the song. Again, this is their first song of the day. This is their warm-up. I don't care how good you are at a song. If you're playing something cold, that's going to be significantly harder than under ideal circumstances.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would imagine we're going to see a difference.
Okay, so now we're moving on to song 2, tokyoEVOLVED Type 2. This came up in a card draw. Well, Type 3 came up in an earlier card draw, but was replaced by something else. So this is the first time we're actually going to see it being played.
All right, unsure of Lilac's score. Doof does have a life full clear on this card on this account.
I miss lamps. It's so I just love seeing lamps again. I know it's a pretty divisive topic in the community, but
good discussion. Chat, what do you think about the change from lamps to
like the flare gauges?
Flare gauge. I'm more on the flare side.
I can see the argument for both. I personally like lamps because I felt like they motivated me more, but obviously take whichever one you like more.
Yeah, we'll get back to that, but let's go ahead and let's cut to this. So, Kim, what is your take on Tokyo 2?
So, I will say, in terms of an evolved song, the Tokyos are the ones I'm actually the least familiar with, and I think it's just because, to me, there doesn't seem to be a huge difference between the three types, as opposed to the other evolved songs. They're very clearly a distinct song and chart. The Tokyos, to me, kind of just muddled together, so I don't have a good grasp on which one is which, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll take it on there. Whereas, you have to worry about the knowledge checks of all the other ones because there's such a drastic difference. The Tokyos seem to be a little bit more nuanced. I mean, someone who plays upwards at a more competitive level would probably have a lot more to say on it. But I agree with you 100%. They tend to be the differences are nuanced. They're a little bit more straightforward to be compared to.
Sure, but you still have to know them. There's clearly a bunch of stops thrown in here that if you don't know them, they're going to trip you up.
All right, and Lilac with about a 24-point lead over Doof right now. Still holding on to that lead.
I do feel like the sync is a little hard to grasp onto on the Tokyos as well. But it doesn't seem like they're having too much of an issue. Lilac looking pretty clean on this. Ooh, and Lilac's going to take the second win.
All right, and
not by much, though. That was pretty close.
I think that's the decision. That might be. We'll check with the score if there's a card draw. We'll confirm it, but Lilac just gave Pittsburgh a 3-1 so
She
far.
sure did.
So GG's to Team Pittsburgh so far. All right, we are going to go to what I think this could be our final match.
I think it is.
We are going to have Dunk and V starting off on first-time challenge.
Are you serious? Are you serious? Another 18. Another 18 is the first song of a day for two people.
I mean, kind of like we saw with the last time with Pac Rob and that last match, Pac Rob and Hints. It makes sense that two uppers players be arguably probably top 5 female players in the U.S.
Oh, absolutely.
Against Dunk, a wildly consistent tournament player.
Yeah. I mean, again, just starting with an 18, I don't care if you're good at this, that's hard to do. And the ending of this song is no joke. So this song actually used to be a 17 when it first came out. This was changed to an 18, mostly because of the ending of the song. That's definitely the hardest part.
Makes sense. I mean, this next part is also one of the reasons why I'm like, this should have been an 18 the entire time.
And both of them very clearly knowing the gimmicks of the song.
Yeah, if you are an uppers player and, you know, I would say uppers as in you're a consistent top 16er, you have to know this song. This will come up in card draw. If you don't know this song, you are going to get completely you're just going to get ran over because someone will, like, protect this song.
Oh, sure.
And V still sitting on the PS.
I know. I'm scared to say it.
You know what? That was your fault. That was your fault. You did it. That one's on Kim, y'all.
I'm blaming you for the next one. But yeah, not only do you have the speed up gimmicks and slow down gimmicks, the ending of this song is pretty much just straight candles. And it is very hard to execute at the speed that it's going to throw at you. That,
right.
oh.
It's
Oh my gosh. Dunk took that?
Dunk took that. So
Wow.
it happened to be that the final
It
streak.
was.
You could see V kind of laughing like, yeah, like I threw that. Like, what do I do? So good match. Like, you could kind of see it. You could see it kind of close the gap a little bit right before that, as V started to kind of pick up a few more misses. It jumped all the way from what was like 15-point difference, then dropped to 8. And yeah, that last stream was all it took.
It always goes on for so much longer than I remember too. Like that ending run and first time, I'm like, this will only be like a measure or two,
yeah.
and then I don't know how long it actually is, but it feels like it's like 20 seconds long. All right, and we are moving into a 17 now. London Evolved Type C. You can see it looks like both of them are pretty familiar with this chart, judging by the scores.
Yeah, another one of those songs that, hey, you play up, you need to know the song.
Sure. And also, since we are playing on Ace 2.0 Plus, there's obviously been some changes to DDR and DDR World, most notably the song BPM display. So on DDR World, they did change the BPM displays to be accurate for what is actually happening in the game. That wasn't the case for a lot of songs prior to that. So the London specifically all say the same song BPM range, but not all of them are actually in that range.
That is correct.
So I think London A goes above the displayed 340 BPM. I think London C, I'm actually not sure which one London C goes up to. I'll be honest, I don't like the Londons.
I love them musically. They are great.
Musically, they are pretty good.
Probably top 2. I get a lot of flack personally. Also, like, look at the score.
Oh my god, this is so close.
Dunk still on the gold combo right now. Looking to get that 2-0.
Oh my god, chat, this is neck and neck.
Shout out to the chats keeping us on the fact checking.
Yes, I just noticed I was corrected. Thank you, Scott. Type B is the one that changes from the display BPM.
Yeah, because C is the straightforward chart. That's the one.
Straightforward quotes. Pretty straightforward, all things considered.
Right, Dunk did pick up a miss right there, dropping that lead, so a little under 10.
See, this is definitely the hardest part of the song is this ending section. Those Scooby runs! Oh! Oh, and Dunk held on to that for a 10-point lead!
All right, Dunk takes that 2-0.
Wow, that was real close. 22!
22, 6 greats, 4 misses.
Wow.
V, 39, 4, 2 goods, and 1 miss.
V with the better money score basically came down to misses there. But Dunk's going to take the song win and the match win.
So, that said though, the battle, everyone, your winners for the Battle of Pennsylvania, Team Pittsburgh! I'm not going to say the right team won in terms of the gas station battle, but I like filling up my car's tank at a Sheetz every single day of my life. But everyone give it up for not only Team Pittsburgh, but also Team Philly for coming all this way, putting up an amazing performance. Every single match
I'm going to attack.
was nuts in its own way. And that, we bring our team matches to a close. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks a lot. Whether you are watching that stream, watching at home, or in attendance with us, thank you for tuning in for this team battle. This was fun. Let's do this again sometime.